Here's what Pat Riley is not going to do this summer: quit. Everything else is on the table. The Miami Heat president said on Monday, Tuesday, Manila time, in his annual end-of-season assessment, that no player on the team's roster will be considered untouchable this offseason if the right deal presents itself, that is, but quickly added the caveat that the franchise is not looking for a total revamp after going 44-38 in the regular season and making the playoffs. "Show me the right name, and I could be all in on everything," Riley said. "You know me. But it's got to be the right name. That doesn't happen very often. Our core guys, we would like to keep together, there's no doubt. We would like to keep them together, and we'd like to add something to it, but that's going to be a challenge." He also was clear on his own future. The 73-year-old Riley, who has spent a half-century in the NBA as a player, coach and executive, isn't going anywhere until managing general partner Mickey Arison tells him it's time to vacate the president's office. In other words, the Hall of Famer's competitive fires are still burning. "There's always something that brings you back in," Riley said. "There's something that sucks you back in. I'm an active participant, and I'm going to stay that way to the chagrin probably of some of you, and probably people in the organization." Riley held exit meetings with players on Friday, 3 days after the Heat season ended in a 5-game first-round ouster at the hands of the Philadelphia 76ers. He said he hasn't yet broached the topic of retirement with Dwyane Wade for fear of planting that seed. He reiterated that the team wants to try to keep Wayne Ellington, even with the Heat somewhat handcuffed right now by salary cap and luxury tax challenges. Miami has $111 million already committed to the, as of now, 7 highest-paid players on its books for next season. And in the case of Hassan Whiteside, the enigmatic Heat center who was a non-factor in the playoffs and complained about how he was being utilized by coach Erik Spoelstra, Riley made it clear that he wasn't happy with the entirety of the situation. Whiteside dealt with injuries during the season and didn't want to wear a knee brace that the Heat insisted upon, and Riley said that if Whiteside and Spoelstra need an intervention to solve their relationship issues, if any, he'll handle it. Riley also didn't mince words, saying Whiteside needs to make changes. "By the time we got to the playoffs, I don't think he was ready," Riley said. "He wasn't ready. He wasn't in great shape. He wasn't fully conditioned for a playoff battle mentally. And we got our head handed to us. The disconnect between he and Spo, that's going to take a discussion between them, and it's going to take thought on the part of coach and also Hassan. How will Hassan transform his thinking, 99% of it, to get the kind of improvement that Spo wants so he can be effective? How can Spo transform his thinking when it comes to offense and defense and minutes, or whatever?" That word, transform, was a theme of sorts for Riley's meeting with reporters. He started with a 15-minute monologue on how change has been a constant throughout his 23 seasons with the Heat, how the team landed transformative superstars like Alonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal in trades and Wade through the draft and LeBron James and Chris Bosh in summertime deals. Come July 1, the Heat will be active on those fronts again, noting that the fan base is clamoring for more. "Well, we'll give them more," Riley said. "We'll try to give them more. That's what I've been doing since I've been here. That's what Mickey has been doing, trying to give you more if we can. But we're not going to do anything that isn't smart. We will never do anything that's really going to hurt the franchise." Notes: before Riley spoke, the Heat said guard Tyler Johnson had surgery on the ulnar collateral ligament in his left thumb. Johnson was hurt in the opening seconds of Game 3 of the series against Philadelphia, but finished the series. He will be in a cast for 6 weeks. The Heat expect him to be ready to begin camp in September.